Hello and welcome to another update video about Aave. Aave did go mad yesterday. Yeah, did really go mad. Again, here we have two possibilities for the chart to work out. Both of them are bullish possibilities. It's good to see that we're now, getting sort of into the region where, we have two scenarios, but both are bullish. Yeah, you're getting into the right direction now. So this is fantastic. Also here, I think we've been talking about Aave now for a while, and let's say the call that Aave is one of the best charts out there is currently working out nicely. We moved up in the wave 1. Yeah, I think this is roughly where I started to cover Aave. We then came down in a wave 2 correction. This was as expected. I made you aware when I bought down here at around $67. We then moved up in an impulse, yeah. And here it's now, we need to talk about two different possibilities now, but it is in a breakout scenario. Both scenarios are bullish. And in this video, I'm going to give you two possible entry points for Aave that at least I will use. Yeah. So I'll let you know. And there are two different possibilities that we want to talk about, right? But generally, Aave is one of the best charts out there. It is one of the most reliable ones, and it's good to see that it's delivering. It's good to see that this reversal area did hold, yeah. Even though in the end the alternative scenario worked out, but I made you aware of it, yeah, that we could without a problem rally to $95. Now we've even moved above that, so that makes me consider this other scenario that I want to talk about. But yeah, we are in a breakout. I think with Aave anyway, we've been talking about that. I think we've seen here the June low already, and we are now ready to roll. So ready to rock and roll. Okay, so what are the possibilities? So the first possibility is that we have from the low here, which was a wave 2 low, which is one of the greatest setups, a 1-2 setup. That's why I bought down here at $67. That we moved up in a wave 1 now. That this is a 5-wave move. You can count it as a 5-wave move. So basically that we had a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4 with an ABC overshooting wave B, and this is the 5th wave. This is one of the scenarios we talked about, but to do that, to make it work, we needed to hold here the $78 level. So this was one of the pivots, one of the pivot points, one of the entry points. One of the, let's say, support levels that did hold, and it needed to hold to make a wave 5 work. So scenario fulfilled, right? Bullish. The other scenario was that we talked about, and that had been, or that was my primary scenario, was that wave 5 was finished here. These overshooting wave Bs make it always difficult. That wave 1 was finished here, even though I would have liked to see a higher wave 5. And therefore, due to this stretched out wave, yeah, I considered that this here might be wave 4, and we get one more rally in a wave 5 here to around $95. But again, we rallied above that now. So what does that actually mean? So I talked about then that we are coming down. So this was the primary expectation, wave 1 done. And the expectation was that this is actually a wave 2 here. Yeah, so coming down in wave 2. But I actually, I wanted it to get an ideal wave pattern. I wanted the wave 2 to come down a bit lower. As you can see, it didn't happen. We only reached a 38.2% fib level. Now, that is, for a wave 2, acceptable. It's not the ideal scenario, because normally you would expect it to go a bit deeper. But of course, in a very bullish environment, sometimes these wave 2s get very shallow. So these are the two possible possibilities, right? And likelihoods that we have either now seen the wave 1 finished here. So I actually put that onto the chart so you don't get confused. So one scenario is wave 1 was finished. The other scenario is that wave 1 was finished now. Possibilities. And with this information, this is very valuable information, because you can now trade with this information if you want to do it. Now, I'm not telling you to do it, and I can only give you my assessment of the chart, right? But I tell you how I treat this and how I deal with this. So let's say, and I don't really like the terms primary, scenario, alternative. They are both probable. So let's say here in this scenario, which I have on the chart now, wave 1 was done. Wave 2 was done as well, but it was a very shallow wave 2. and we are now moving up in the third wave. Yeah. This is the white wave count, and I'll make the alternatives, I put them yellow, so it's a bit clearer. So let's say the white wave count is working out. This is what I have on the chart now. The reason why I seriously consider this is due to the strength of this move to the upside, because it is characteristic for a wave 3. So it would mean that we are doing here the wave 1 of the wave 3. So I'll put the white just so as sketchy on the chart in white, so you get an idea, right? But it's so good to finally see this work out. Honestly, it's so good. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the white wave count. This is how it would work out. And I give you now a key pivot point, a key, let's say, support area for wave 2, which I will use to enter. And we would have to assume the high is now in. This could stretch out a bit higher, don't get me wrong. But I have to base this now on something. So at the moment, the key support for this wave 2, which could be used to trade wave 3, is here. And maybe I'll make that white so you can actually see this. This relates to the white wave count, right? So this is between $83.30 and $88.90. In here, we should see the wave 2 come into in an ideal case, and it should not drop below $83. If it does, then this is not working out anymore, this scenario. Yeah, most likely not. Then we are morphing into the other bullish scenario where we can get down a bit deeper. So this would then be the yellow scenario where we say, okay, maybe wave 1 topped here, and we are coming down in the larger wave 2. What would be the support area for that? And you can see that both would be useful for entries, in my opinion. So in this scenario, we come down a bit lower. So here into the region between 72 and let's say $81.70. So I'll make that yellow. So these are the two key, no, not that. That yellow. These are the two key support areas, yeah? Either here, and if the $83 fails, then we are, in my opinion, I can't say definitely, but with a very high probability in this scenario here, yeah, where we should not drop below $72. If we drop below 72, then I think this whole scenario isn't going to work out. So to make that very simple, as long as we're holding above $72, there is nothing bearish on this chart. So my strategy is entering here, and if we fall further, I will enter also here. So there I will have two entry points. I don't mind if it drops a bit lower, yeah, because I already entered at 65. I took profits around, can't remember, 88. I think I took profit here, yeah, and I will re-enter in wave 2, either here or here, probably in both, because this is a very strong setup, okay. And I leave the trade enough space to not get stopped out. So yeah, that's how I will deal with it. I will of course let you know if you join the channel membership. I will let you know exactly when I join, when I trade and go long, also when I sell. But yeah, really good to see this scenario work out, and that Aave is one of the best performers at the moment. Really good. One of the top coins and looking really good. Yeah, what else can I say? So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.